Good evening, and welcome to tonight's debate. I am Lissa Chamber from AITV, and I will be your hostess for today. Our topic is fossil combustive, and we have two expert debaters here to present their arguments. On one side, we have Dr. Sarah Green, a climate scientist who believes that we must phase out fossil fuels as soon as possible. On the other side, we have Mr. John Smith, an expert on renewable energy development and policy who argues that fossil fuels are necessary for economic growth and development. Dr. Green, would you like to begin?
Thank you, Lisa. Fossil fuels are one of the largest contributors to greenhouse gas emissions, which are driving climate change. We have already seen the devastating impacts of climate change, from extreme weather events to rising sea levels, and we must take urgent action to address this crisis. Phasing out fossil fuels and transitioning to clean, renewable energy sources is crucial for the future of our planet.
Dr. Smith, what are your initial thoughts on this theme?
While it's true that fossil fuels contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, they also play a critical role in powering our economy and supporting our way of life. The fossil fuel industry provides jobs and revenue for many countries, and it's not realistic to expect a sudden and complete transition to renewable energy. We need to take a balanced approach that acknowledges the importance of both fossil fuels and renewable energy.
I agree that a sudden transition would be difficult, but we need to set clear goals and timelines for reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. We have the technology and resources to make this transition, and the longer we delay, the more difficult and costly it will become. And let's not forget the health impacts of air pollution from burning fossil fuels, which disproportionately affect vulnerable communities.
Yes, air pollution is a concern, but we have made significant progress in reducing emissions through technology and regulation. The fossil fuel industry is also investing in research and development of cleaner technologies, such as carbon capture and storage. But we can't ignore the economic benefits of fossil fuels. Many countries rely on them for their energy security and economic growth, and we need to ensure that the transition to renewable energy is managed in a way that doesn't harm those communities.
I agree that we need to ensure a just transition for workers and communities that rely on fossil fuels. But we also need to acknowledge the economic opportunities of transitioning to renewable energy. The renewable energy industry is growing rapidly and creating new jobs, while reducing our dependence on fossil fuels can also reduce the volatility of energy prices and enhance energy security.
I agree that renewable energy has its advantages, but it's not a silver bullet. It's not always reliable, and we need backup sources of energy to ensure a stable and secure supply. Fossil fuels can provide that stability, and we need to ensure that we have a diverse and resilient energy mix.
Thank you, Dr. Green and Mr. Smith, for your insightful arguments. It's clear that there are valid points on both sides of the debate, and we need to take a balanced approach that acknowledges the importance of both fossil fuels and renewable energy. However, we must also take urgent action to address the climate crisis and reduce our reliance on fossil fuels. Thank you both for sharing your insights on this important issue. This concludes tonight's debate.